Good morning YouTubians, it's Chemist Ghost. It's Monday, it's a Blu-ray release date and it's looking very promising down here on the south coast. Nice blue skies behind me, as well as the Royal Pavilion looking gorgeous. Going to head up to HMV, see what new releases hit the shelves, and then if I have time I will pop into CEX as well. And obviously I'll grab a coffee along the way, on a sponsor. So let's head up to HMV, then possibly CEX, and I'll see you all when I get back and show you what I picked up. Let's go. Okay, straight into HMV. Let's go and see what is new and trending today. Okay, the first title is Lisa Frankenstein. This is a comedy horror put out by Medium Rare Entertainment. It stars Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse. It's a story of a teenage girl who finds love in the form of a young man who happens to have passed away 150 years ago. The Blu-ray, which is zipless, is priced at £14.99, whereas the 4K release, which has a lovely slipcover, is priced at £19.99, which is a pretty good price for a brand new title. It's got a runtime 101 minutes and carries a 15 certificate. Next we have Ronin on 4K, put out by Cape Light Pictures. This 1998 crime action thriller stars Robert De Niro, Natasha Elhorn, Jean Reno, Stellan Skarsgård and Sean Bean. Very good movie with a notoriously good car chase. It's got a price tag of £19.99 and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is Kamikatsu, Working for God in a Godless World. This is season 1. It follows a cult leader that dies during a ritual only to be reborn into a world that does not believe in gods. It's got a runtime of 300 minutes and is priced at £44.99 and carries an 18 certificate. Next is The Iceblade Sorcerer Shall Rule the World the Complete Season. This is about a commoner student called Ray White who attends a sorcerer school, and Ray's got a secret. The secret is he is in fact the most powerful sorcerer of all time, the Iceblade Sorcerer. It's got a price tag of £44.99 and carries a 15 certificate. Next is the Taviani Brothers collection, which contains The Night of the Shooting Stars from 1982, Padre Padrone from 1977, and Chaos from 1984. It's got a combined runtime of 375 minutes, and it's priced at £34.99, and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is Monster from Picture House Entertainment, a Japanese drama from last year which tells of an upset mother who believes a teacher is responsible for her son's strange behaviour, but it's much more complicated than first imagined. It carries a 12 certificate, it's priced at £14.99 and it comes with a lovely slipcover. Vampire Circus next. This is the standard edition. The limited edition came out in November 2022. It's about a circus that has vampires in the act who prey on children from a Serbian village in the 1800s. This is a British horror from 1972, £14.99 for this film, and it carries a 15 certificate. Night Sirens next, a Slovakian psychological mystery from October 2022. This is about a young girl who pushes her sister off a cliff, and when she returns many years later, she is suspected of witchcraft by the local villagers. It's got a runtime 106 minutes and carries an 18 certificate, £17.99 for this one. The Small Back Room next, a romantic war drama from 1949. This is also known as The Hour of Glory in America. A disabled scientist who drinks to ease his pain and whose partner leaves him finds added pressure with a new German weapon. But could it end up being his salvation? Well, watch it and find out. This is priced at £14.99. And 88 films released next. Man of Violence, which also includes the movie The Big Switch. Man of Violence, which came out in 1970, is a gold bullion heist movie. And The Big Switch is from 1968 and filmed right here in Brighton. It's about extortion. This double pack 2-disc set is priced at £24.99, carries an 18 certificate. Next is Army of Shadows from Studio Canal, a French and Italian World War II suspense drama. It's about a man who's betrayed and sent to a German prison. However, he escapes and plans his revenge, not only on the person that betrayed him, but also the Nazis too. £14.99 for this movie, and it carries a 12 certificate. Next is William Shatner, You Can Call Me Bill. This actually came out last week, but they just got them in stock today. This is from Signature Entertainment. It's a documentary charting the career of Captain Kirk and all the characters he's portrayed in his lengthy career, in front and behind the camera. £12.99 for this one, and it carries a 12 certificate. Next is Imaginary. This is from Lionsgate Films. It's a horror from this year. It's about an author that returns to her childhood home only to find her imaginary friend is waiting for her, and it's not best pleased that she abandoned it. It's got a runtime of 104 minutes, priced at £14.99, and it carries a 15 certificate. Next is To the Abandoned Sacred Beast. This has all 12 episodes of the animated series. It's set after a civil war where giant beasts were used to fight the North, and they're being hunted down and destroyed unless a cure is found. It's got a runtime of 300 minutes and it's priced at £32.99, and it carries a 15 certificate. Okay, so I made quite good time in HMV this morning, so I'm going to pop into the CEX before grabbing a late latte. Let's go and have a look. We have Doctor Who Season 6. This is around 30 quid new. CEX got it for £12, that's pretty good. Here we got the Die Hard set for a tenner. Amazon are asking around £20 for this, a high price. We've got 3 boxes here, so quite a common box set to find. Here's Dark Materials box set, seasons 1, 2 and 3 for £15. Not bad, it's £50 on Amazon, so CEX are pretty fair with their pricing so far. That's pretty good quality as well. Good show, by the way. Also, that Modern Monsters set is a saving of about a tenner in CEX. Luther, seasons 1 to 5 is £18. We're talking 25 new, so that's a saving of £7. The Witch 4K release is, what's that, £20. That's going to save you about £5 on Amazon's pricing. The Family Guy, it's a trap box set. It's going to save you around £4, provided they've actually got those cases behind the counter. This one I actually enjoy. If it wasn't a remake and it was a standalone film, I think people would probably like this a little bit more. The Paranormal Activity set goes for around £60 new. Okay, it's £32, but the case is in shoddy condition. If it is immaculate, then that'd be a good deal. I like the shadow hand image spread over the case spines. It's a nice detail. But look at the tear in the box top right-hand corner. Here we have Star Wars The Complete Saga. Again, this is out of print, so it varies from £14 to £90, so that's a pretty good price, and they are all in pretty good condition. Some wrestling Blu-rays now. These are all being discontinued and will soon be out of print, so get them while you can. True Detective Seasons 1 and 2. That's a great show. Not much of a saving though, just a couple of pounds here. Season 3 you can buy separately. Season 4 is now on pre-order. And over here we have Thanksgiving. That's a saving of around £3 to £4. Here is MASH on DVD. Love this show. Fingers crossed one day this will get a Blu-ray release. Watched this show in its entirety last year for the second time. A lot of nostalgia here. Fantastic show. Great characters. Here we have Only Fools and Horses. The seasons need to be released on Blu-ray. £12 for seasons 1 through to 7 on DVD. Here we have NCIS seasons 1 to 8 for £12. That's a bargain. But now Gibbs has left the show. He was the last remaining actor. It's not worth watching anymore. And the last thing to show you in CEX is some random seasons of The Simpsons. I've heard this show is not as good as it was, but that was inevitable. Time for a latte. Well, I decided to go for my latte after popping into HMV and CEX today. As I say, a change is as good as a rest, and very nice it was too. Now on my way home, I had to pop into this plant shop, don't ask me why, but I did notice they have an Arabica bean plant for sale. That could be an investment over time. Hey everybody, welcome back. So there's 4 titles today, 1 that came out this morning and 3 that were recent releases. So I've watched them all. Let's crack on with it. Okay, first one I'm going to show you is Hanny Calder. This one came out just a couple of weeks ago from 88 Films. It's a British Western from 1971, directed by Burt Kennedy, who also co-wrote the screenplay, and it stars the beautiful Raquel Welch as a title character, Hanny Calder. I'll come back to her in just a moment. Alongside Raquel, we have Ernest Borgnine, Strother Martin and Jack Elam as the 3 idiot brothers, the Clement brothers. They are on the run after a botched bank robbery attempt and they're being pursued by authorities across the wilderness. Ernest is playing Emmett Clement, Strother is playing Rufus Clement. Strother's films include Sons of Katie Elder, Cool Hand Luke, True Grit the original, The Wild Bunch, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid and many, many others. And then there's Jack Elam as Frank Clement. Now Jack you'll know from the Cannonball Run films. He played the character of Dr. Nicholas Van Helsing. Jack was known for having that wonky eye which happened when he was a boy in the Scouts. A fellow scout stabbed him in the eye with a pencil, making him blind in that eye. The muscle was destroyed and his eye started to move off centre, but didn't hold him back at all. He had a very good acting career, especially in westerns. In fact, he's worked with the director before in Support Your Local Sheriff and in a sequel, Support Your Local Gunfighter, which was made the same year as this one. Anyway, rambling again. 3 brothers, they end up stopping at this horse watering hole place where the brothers shoot the owner and then take turns raping his wife, Hanny Calder. Then they burn down the farm, leaving Hanny inside to die, but she does escape, and the film then turns into a revenge story. And Hanny, she soon gets help from Thomas Luther Price, a gunslinging bounty hunter. Thomas is played by Robert Culp. You may know him as Deborah Barron's father in Everybody Loves Raymond. Now, I won't say any more story-wise, but also stars Diana Dawes as the saloon's madam and Christopher Lee as Thomas's friend Bailey, who happens to be a gun maker. This one's got a runtime for 85 minutes. Fantastic film. Let's take a look inside. So the slipcover and the cover have the same image, and that image is of Hanny Calder, played by Raquel Welch, using her gun belt as her undercrackers. There is a 36-page booklet, and there is an alternate cover. So that was Hanny Calder from 1971. Next title is One Life, a biographical drama from last year, directed by James Hawes, his first feature film, and this stars Sir Anthony Hopkins as Sir Nicholas Winton. He is an ex-stockbroker and now, in the film, a 79-year-old humanitarian. Think of him as an English Oscar Schindler, and I'll explain why in just a moment. Nicholas, as an older man, works tirelessly collecting money for his charities, good causes, that kind of thing. He lives with his wife Greta, being played by Lena Olin. Quite early on in the film was shown a flashback 50 years earlier to a young Nicholas, now being played by Johnny Flynn, who was Ian Fleming in Operation Mincemeat. In the flashback, he is now 29 years old, living in Czechoslovakia. It's 1938, so just after the Munich Agreement was signed, very much on the precipice of World War II. Nicholas is showing the displacement of the Jewish community, and basically he wants to do what he can to get as many children to safety. Very much a race against the clock to save as many souls as he can before German forces they invade and exterminate or imprison who is left behind. Nicholas is not working alone in this venture. He's got a team of helpers, but he's met with endless red tape and bureaucracy from the English government. Typical. Nicholas and his team have to have families in place willing to foster these children and pay for their expenses, as well as provide medical papers and £50 per person for their return after the war, their return fare. When the Germans did invade, they put 15,000 Czechoslovakian children into concentration camps and only 200 survived. Nicholas and his team managed to get 669 children to safety. Such a heartwarming conclusion to this film. I don't mind admitting it had me in tears on numerous occasions. I won't say any more story-wise, but I will also mention it stars Helena Bonham Carter as Nicholas's mother, and alongside Helena there's also Jonathan Pryce as Nicholas's fellow humanitarian Martin Blake, and Samantha Spiro as well as Esther Ranson, a host of the TV show That's Life. If you're of a certain age, you will remember That's Life. And it's got a runtime of 1 hour 49 minutes. Let's take a look inside. The slipcover and the cover have the same image. It is a double eco case, my favourite. And there is a plain blue disc. So that was One Life. Next one to show you is a shock to the system. This came out last week. It's a black comedy from 1990 directed by Jan Eggleston, and it stars the one and only Sir Michael Caine. God bless you, sir. He is playing the character of Graham Marshall, a New York businessman who sees himself as a top dog who's unappreciated by his wife Leslie, who's being played by Swoosie Kurtz, and you may know her from the TV show Mike and Molly. She played Molly's mother, Joyce Flynn. There's a big job opportunity opening up in his department, and everybody's expecting him to fill it. However, it's not to be, and Graham is passed over for a younger executive, Robert Brennan, who's being played by Peter Reigate, and you may know him from the film Local Hero. He was Mac in that. That's a brilliant film. Be sure to check that out if you can. Anyway, Graham, through happenstance, kills a beggar on a tube station, and it goes unnoticed, and he gets away with it. And this sparks an idea. Just who else can he eliminate from his life? First person that springs to mind is his nagging wife, maybe next his newly appointed boss. The list is endless, especially when other people take him for granted. I won't say any more story-wise, but it also stars Elizabeth McGovern. She is Stella Anderson. She works in his department. The pair start seeing each other after the death of his wife Leslie. Elizabeth stars as Cora Countess of Grantham in Downton Abbey. Great show. Alongside Elizabeth also stars Will Patton. He's playing a very persistent lieutenant called Larry Laker. He's trying to solve the murders that are surrounding Graham. It's also Samuel L. Jackson as Ulysses. He's one of those card trickster hustlers on the street. Blinking you'll miss him. He's in the film exactly 6 minutes into it. Very entertaining film. Actually, you end up rooting for Graham in this. Picture quality is very hit and miss at times. Check out the trailer. The picture quality on that is incredibly grainy. They did a good job, I think. This one's got a runtime of 1 hour 28 minutes. I'm rounding up a few seconds there. Let's take a look inside. So this is a 101 film release, and the cover goes right to the top. Very much like a Criterion release in that respect. And that front cover image has been put onto the disc. So that was a shock to the system. Next and last is a new release. It's a very quirky horror comedy from this year called Lisa Frankenstein. Now, you could be forgiven for thinking this is a Tim Burton film, but it's actually directed by Zelda Williams, or Robin Williams' daughter, this being her first feature film. She has made a couple of shorts in the past, and she's acted on numerous occasions, but this is her first feature film. And the movie opens with an animated credit sequence giving us a backstory to the creature, which is a Victorian man who passed away after being struck by lightning. Then we cut to 1989, where we're introduced to Lisa Swires, a teenage girl who is a bit of an outsider, considered weird by everybody, probably because she likes to hang out at a local cemetery in her spare time, where she talks to one particularly ornate gravestone. Lisa, by the way, is played by Catherine Newton. She also has a stepsister called Taffy. Oh, I should also point out that Lisa's mother was murdered by an axe-wielding intruder a couple of years previously. So, anyway, Lisa and Taffy attend a party. Lisa has a nasty encounter, which I won't elaborate on, making her leave early. She arrives home, she smashes a mirror, and that precise moment in time, lightning strikes the gravestone, the one that she is very fond of at the opening of the film, and the Victorian man who passed away is reanimated. Lisa and the creature bond. He has a few missing body parts, like an ear, a hand, that kind of thing. So Lisa and the creature hunt for replacements, and luckily she works as a seamstress so she can reattach these appendages. The creature, by the way, is played by Cole Sprouse. I won't say any more. There is still plenty going on. It's a fun film with sprinkles of gore. I loved it. It's got a runtime of 1 hour 41 minutes. Let's take a look inside. Unfortunately, the Blu-ray didn't come with a slipcover. That front cover image of Lisa and the creature sitting on the tanning bed has been put onto the disc. So that was Lisa Frankenstein, the collector's edition. So that was it. Have you seen any of those, plan to pick them up, or just want to leave a comment, and do so down below. I will read every single one and try to reply if I have the time. Give the video a thumbs up, really does help the channel, and subscribe if you haven't. It's all free, why wouldn't you? On that note, all that's left to say is thank you so much for choosing my channel today and watching my video. Take care. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.